The reason why that breaks my heart is because we are so fucking lucky that we got our daughter back. Y'all don't know the statistics and how rare it is that they recover a child alive. That these cops traveled from all over the city of Atlanta to see a win, because so many times it's the other way, and they have to go and tell that family that they found their kid dead. And it meant so much to these officers that they got to see a happy ending. There are many reasons why children that run away don't ever make it back home. But statistically, most of them don't. Whether it's something terrible that happens to them that stops them from ever making it home, or it's fear of their parents being angry, or abuse in the home that stops them from going home, or they've been gone for so long that they don't know what to do, and they don't know how to call and reach out. I just want to say, if you are out there and you have run away, or you have in any way put yourself in that situation, please, please, please reach out. Your family's not going to be mad. And if abuse is in the home, then tell the police and they'll get you into a safe place. But please, 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 it is so dangerous where you are. You are not safe, baby. Even if you think you are not safe. Please. So, I told you I wasn't going to be able to not cry. That part breaks my heart. I recognize that our family is so very, very, very lucky that we found our daughter. And I also recognize that there are millions of people out there who have lost someone and don't ever find them. And my heart legit breaks for those people. It still does. I still, to this day, if I do a media appearance, the only way that I'll do a media appearance, now I have been doing articles about my debt, because that has nothing to do with Hailey. But if you want to do a story about my family, if you want me to be on your news station, the only way I will do that is if you run a story about a missing child in your area currently. Period. Because I know how hard it is to get your kid's name in the news. Alright, so that's it. That's the story of how we found our daughter. The next part is a whole other story. We went to the hospital. The hospital did not treat us the way that you would think that they would treat us. Like, you would think that it would have gone better than it did. We ended up having to stay at the hospital for 24 hours because the doctor was a dick. It's a long story. That's a whole other story. Then you've got oh, you can't tell anybody about this because we've got a trial coming, and if you talk to anybody about this and before the trial, you might mess up the trial. So we didn't talk to anybody, which is why a lot of the information that I'm telling you now, we didn't find out for a year because we didn't talk to anybody, like they said. And then ultimately it didn't matter because we didn't get a trial because the state of Georgia let them destroy all the evidence and let him walk away. But that's a story for another motherfucking day. This is a lot. I think that's enough of the story for now. Alright guys, I have one more PSA before I go. One of the ways that I deal with my trauma, and I've had multiple traumas throughout my life. I grew up in foster care. I was neglected. My mother was murdered. Then the whole Hailey situation. Many, many traumas. The way that my brain has chosen to deal with this is I disassociate. For me, there's very little emotion attached to trauma. The only emotion that really comes in for me is other people's emotions. So when the cops cry, I get upset. When people cry about my story, it hurts me that it hurts them. But I feel very little emotion attached to my trauma because of disassociation. But not everyone handles trauma that way. Some people are very needy and vulnerable and emotional. And if in those times you choose to be dismissive or question them, it's going to crush them. Don't do it. I'm going to do one more video, and probably the last one for the weekend. You probably won't see me again till Monday because, you know, my kids. It's the weekend. I spend my time on the weekends with my kids. But I do want to end on a positive note. So let's just say justice, or the lack of justice. Should this man have gone to jail? Probably. Did we have a trial and justice? No. He served 8 months probation because rich white men don't go to jail for this. I said that when all this happened. I said it to my husband. I said it to all of our friends, to which they all said, Shauna, you're fucking crazy. They found her locked in a dog cage behind a gate, starved and beaten. How could he walk away from this? To which I said, just wait. Growing up in foster care, saw it a million times. But guess who stalked him like a motherfucking hawk, violated his parole, and put him in jail for 2.5 years? Okay, one more video. I know I keep saying that, but this is the last one, I promise. People keep asking me to do videos about how Hailey went missing, or what happened while she was kidnapped, and all of the things that happened to her. And guys, that's not my story to tell. Nope, it's not my story to tell. I will tell you my perception and my reality, but I was not there. So I therefore have no voice, and it would be unfair of me to voice someone else's story. I would never do that. That's just not how I roll. There's plenty of videos on YouTube, there's plenty of articles on Google, but even if you go back to the stories where I talk about living in group homes, I don't ever tell you about anyone's perception but my own. Because Ebony's story is Ebony's story, not mine.